first, to start with, we're going to learn on how to use Spike programming. So I want you guys to search Spike programming on your web browser, and this link should be the first link. Click on that. Now it shows this, so it should automatically select, but just make sure that it's whichever OS you're running on. For me, it's Mac OS. Now you launch the web app, and well, it'll take time, but yeah. So now we select the Spike Prime, or what we're going to learn today. And then you see there's something called New Project. So select New Project, and you'll see something called word blocks. So we're going to use word blocks for this one. Click Create. So now you see this. This is sort of like Scratch programming, you see. I'm pretty sure most of you should have started Scratch programming. However, I shall explain all of it. So the first blue section is all for motor control. All right. So now this is saying that motor A will run in the clockwise direction for one rotation. So you can change motor A to any of these 6 wherever you have connected the motor. Change it from clockwise to anti-clockwise, and you can change the number of rotations here or the measurement, like in degrees or in seconds. Then these are a couple other blocks. So you can do A, go to shortest path to position 0, or you can switch on the motor and just let it run. And then to stop the motor after starting it, you can use stop motor. And then there is something called set speed. So when you start the motor, it's going to start at a generic speed at 75. So if you want to change the speed to a slower or faster speed, like 100%, then you would put this above and set the speed. Okay. And then these two are for sensor data and position and speed data coming out. Next is movement. Movement is for the drivetrain. So you have the drivetrain generally has 2 motors, right? So you would set movement motors as A and B, saying that any motor like C and B or D and E or whatever you have connected, it selects 2 of those, and then you can say instead of putting 2 go straight blocks, you can put 1 start moving forward. So it becomes more simplified and optimized. Now, this is go straight for 10 centimeters, inches, rotations, degrees, seconds. There's a whole variety of options here. And then there is, you move like right side, like you can, it's like a car steering wheel, I guess you could call it. Like you can go backward, like that. And then there's set movement speed. And then if you want to set a defined value, like 1 motor rotation goes for 17.5 centimeters, or you can change it accordingly, you could do that. Now comes the light. So light is basically on your brain where you have connected all the motors and everything. It has a series of LEDs. Here you can like select which ones to turn on and which ones to turn off. So you can create some kind of emoji, or you can also select the brightness and for how many seconds. So you can either do this, or you can just keep it turned on forever until you turn it off. Then you can also write the word hello on your screen, or like any word like hi. And you can also set different brightnesses on the screen. And you can, like, if the smiley face is like this, you can rotate it 90 degrees entirely. And if you see carefully in your brick here, there's a button. You can set that button color to any of these colors. And this is the ultrasonic infrared sensor. So you can choose which lights are on, like on the sensor. Now, after this, we have sound. So this is something similar to the previous one. So you see that center brain, right? So that has a speaker on it. So you can play many songs. So there's like 100, like a many songs. Yeah, you can pick any one of them. Or you can play a generic beep, like beep as first 0.2 seconds, or you can start playing beep, or you can stop all the sounds. Now you can also do some fine changes in the pitch, or like pitch or pan left and right. You can change those stuff in the sounds too. Now the next one is events. Okay. So events is basically like when this happens, start doing something else. So when I click start doing whatever's under here. This is like when I turn on, like when the color sensor senses red, start doing this. When touch sensor is pressed, start doing this. When when the infrared sensor is closer to the object it is sensing, start doing this. Like that, there is a lot. Like when this is tilted forward, when front is up, when shaken, when so there's a lot of different varieties you can choose. Yeah. So and then we have control. So control is basically like to control the program about how you want it to go by. So you can make the program wait 1 second, or if let's say you want to go straight turn, go straight turn, go straight turn 4 times to do a square, you can use the repeat and change the number of repeat times to 4. Or you can just do it forever, because you can't put infinity here, so you just put forever. And then after that there's a couple of other blocks such as if then. So if let's say if color sensor measures green, then do this. So if it doesn't sense green, there's no option to do anything other than that, right? So for that you'd use if then else instead of if. And then there's wait until. So you wait until like so you do wait until, let's say, color sensor red is sensed or something like that. Okay. And then you can do repeat until with the same sensor blocks, and you can stop all the other stacks that start forming here. And then now we have sensor. So this goes into these blocks. So these act like this basically gives the input. Okay. And there's a lot of inputs like color sensor, touch sensor, infrared, and then if the brick is moved, how loud it is, and all that. Now we have operators. Okay. So operators is basically, let's say you want to add the number of rotations you've gone in the first time plus the second time, or subtract it, or do complex mathematical equations, right? So, or you can join two strings together, or you can get letter 1 of apple is A, or you can find the length of apple or any other word, or you can check if apple contains A, like if there's anything that has A, and yeah. So this is basically how most of the blocks that are in this programming software. You can also make a variable, like you can name it distance. So now you can do set distance, change distance, and all that. You can change variables like that. Okay. So thank you for watching.